Next slide. See, as everybody knows, 70 to 75% water is required for agricultural purpose of the total 100%. So, how this water is fulfilled as on today? It is from rainfall, dam and canals system, or groundwater extraction. But apart from this, there are different methods are observed in India. One of them is 10% model. 10% model means if whatever surface runoff of your plot, if you could store it in a 10% of your land, then that water stored in a 10% will take care of 90% of your land, activity in 90% of a land. For this, study has been done by IIT Kharagpur. They did study West Bengal. They took 21 plots of 800 square meter, and out of 800 square meter, on 10% means zero point 0.8 guntha, they constructed a pond. And after study, they could prove even for a paddy crop, the water stored in 10% is sufficient. Here I'll explain you when the first rain falls, whatever rain falls, the surface runoff of your land will get stored in that 10%. And many a times between first rainfall and second rainfall, there is sufficient gap. So if the gap is of 2 or 3 weeks, then that stored water you can use on your plot itself. Again, when the second rain comes, that again that water will be collected into that one. Like this, your this kharif crop will be 100% possible. And then the last rainfall stored in that 10% portion will be useful for rabi crop. So this is known as a 10% model, where you store your surface runoff of your plot in a 10% of the land. Then the water stored in that 10% will take care of 90% of your land. And this is practiced in Bengal and Orissa of some part. Another example that is of 10 guntha, that is by Sripad Dabholkar. He says that 10 gunthas are sufficient for one family. And out of 10 guntha, 1 guntha you should have for shetal or for water storage. And 1 guntha you will have your own house. And remaining 8 gunthas, depending upon the area in which he stays, different crops or different trees are planted, then that becomes a sustainable model. So here also he says 10% land of if you could store that surface runoff of your own plot, then that water will be sufficient for all your activities. Then third example is Dinabandhu Karmarkar, that is Pradhan, that is a NGO, and this NGO is working in Bihar, Orissa, and part of Madhya Pradesh. There they what they are doing, there they state the 5% model means 5% land of your own plot. If you could store the surface runoff, then that surface runoff will be sufficient for your entire crop. That is a model that is known as a 5% model. So in all these things, the part of your own land, only you have to keep to store the rainwater. And if you could store that rainwater of your own land into your own portion, then you can use that water for irrigation, means for your crops. Next, next. Yeah, miss karta हूँ. Third is Kokarni in Kerala. I will show you photographs in the next slide. It is a traditional water body known as a Kokarni, a small farm pond. Here also a part of his own land, he stores the water, and from that stored water, he can have a protective irrigation. In Rajasthan, it is known as a Chauka system. There also one NGO is practicing this. Chauka means chaukon, that is means a rectangular shape of portion at the end of your plot. That photographs also I will show you after these slides. And if the surface runoff is stored in that chauka, that rectangular pit, then that water stored in that rectangular pit is sufficient for the whatever crop or whatever activities you are carrying out in a remaining portion of a land. And that is what we say, this 2.5% Jalavardhini model, that is for agriculture. Because in our Konkan region, lot of this horticultural development is there. And for that, normally 100 trees are planted per acre. So whatever crop require, means whatever water required per tree, if you calculate it, then even at a 10 liter per day per tree, the maximum space required to store water is only 2.5% for horticultural purpose. So then all these six methods, we have not used any irrigation water, not used even a borewell water. Whatever the rainfall is there, surface runoff is collected into part of a land, and from that you can have a sustainable agriculture. Why? Because agriculture needs maximum water quantity. So this is one example that on the left hand side you will see a Talasari. In Talasari, the ISKCON temple is there, and they had purchased 35 acres of land, and they wanted to do farming, total farming, means 12 months farming. So they need water. So they called us. So I said, ki, you have a 35 acres land. As per Talasari's annual average rainfall, you have minimum 40 crore liters of water falling on your own land. So now you tell me how much water you need. Accordingly, we can have a pond. So there we have constructed a one pond which you are seeing on left hand side, that is of 1.5 crore liter, and another pond also they have constructed that stores 50 lakh liters of water. So here again the concept is same. Whatever rain falls on your own land, if you could store that water into that one, then you can carry out your activity throughout the year. On right hand side, that is known as a Kokarni in Kerala, where you will see on the left hand side the paddy crop is taken, and on bottom side that is a pond, means there is a arrangement to store the water on the same plot. This is a Pradhan model, that is 5% model. On left hand side you will see he is taking some crop, and on the same plot he has a pond also. So like this, if you could store your own surface runoff depending upon the crop you are taking and rainfall in your own area, then I think the problem of irrigation can be best solved. This is a pond on the right hand side, that is a pond at Wangdi, and left hand side that is a system which is observed in a Chhattisgarh. There also they have the ponds in their own land, and the surface runoff is diverted, means collected into those ponds, and then that water is used for the agricultural purpose. On right hand side, this is a pond at Wagni, where the Salvi farm, where we were connected. So there also we have a 130-meter by 30-meter by 2-meter deep pond. She has a 5-acre land over there, and now she can do agricultural on this water itself. She doesn't need any other water. So like this, if a farmer collects his own water in his own land, then the water problem can be solved. Similarly, when we do consultation in an urban area, there also we say it's a 10% model. If a 10% of a total layout or total land of total city area, if it is kept for the harvesting, the surface runoff of that city, then I think that will be a huge quantity. One can always calculate that area of a city into the annual average rainfall. That will give the total quantity. This is known as a Chauka system. You see the rectangular size plots, they are constructed at a corner of a plot, and then the surface runoff is collected into that one, and then that water is used for irrigation purpose. This is a one part. Why I took this irrigation means agricultural, because agriculture needs maximum water, and that is a neglected area. All our others are concentrating on rainwater harvesting of other areas. Here I have never used a word of even borewell water or anything like that. Only rainfall into the annual average rainfall into your land holding is sufficient for your all activities. So this is what the potential. Even Patil Sahib also had said. For 500 millimeter, you have 20 lakh liters of the water. So when we go to the village, we ask a farmer, do you need 20 lakh liters per acre? We are yet to find a farmer who says he needs more water than what is an annual average rainfall at his own land. Like this, and this is now, I will go for this somewhat urban area where this is a Asia Plateau as Pachgani. This institute was started in a 73. An interesting part of total rooftop is collected into this building itself, because see, when as an engineer, when we construct a building, we have to dig for the foundation. We go 5 6 feet below it, and then we again fill it up. So he has having a tanks in various rooms below that also. So like that, he has constructed 10 lakh liters capacity, and the institute is running on this water. You can definitely go and see this building. Still, they are using this water even for drinking purpose also. So whenever as an engineer or planner, we plan a building, we should have the storage arrangement of rainfall also. So when we will not be giving only building, we will give a building with water, and that will be definitely liked by everyone. So this is a classic first example. I have seen this. Then like this, there are many examples at district Ratnagiri. There is one Mr. Gadge. He is a farmer. He has collected 15 lakh liters of water in 4 tanks. He says, Paranspe, when I have to do farming, I need water. And where will I go? So I need to store it. So whatever rain falls on his own land, he has made arrangement to store in 4 tanks. I cannot show you the photographs, but I have that presentation that will be available from our IVA. Then another is one Mr. Padke. He stays at Dapoli. He has stored 1 lakh liters of water. So he says, I myself and my wife gets every day 1 lakh divided by 365, so around 300 liters of water per day. I have no problem of anything. And water which we use it, we do our gardening also. Then the third one is that ISKCON temple. I have shown you photographs. They are collecting 2 crore liters of water, where the water falling on their land is 40 crore. So see, then another example is at Alibag, we have constructed a one tank of 2,25,000 that I'll show you afterwards with ferrocement technology. At Shantivan Nere, we have constructed 2,25,000 liter tank with natural fiber cement technology. At Navi Mumbai, there is one engineer Pandit. He is having his a row house. Interestingly, you can go and see him in a plinth itself. He has constructed a tank, and he says, I don't have a problem of water. Like this, there is a one farmhouse of Minakshi Pawar. They are drinking water problem. So she has constructed a 50,000 hall itself. When we went there and sit in a hall, she said there is a tank below this hall, and we are collecting rooftop rainwater, and we are using it for drinking for herself and his workers. Then the Asia Plateau, that building I have seen, I think everybody goes to Pachgani and Mahabaleshwar. It is just 2 kilometers before Pachgani, and many our BMC engineers also have gone there for training, but I doubt whether they could have, nobody would have shown them all these facilities. Then another is at Latur, that is Khandelwal's house. See, 2 years back at Latur, they had sent water by tanker, this train. But in those days also he had own water, because he has collected entire rooftop rainwater in his tank. That photographs also are there. That presentation will be available to you. Then another is in Ahmednagar at Kopargaon. We had gone for lecture in an engineering college. There is Somaya College. They have collected, see, a college has collected 4 lakh liters of water. And they say for one of their buildings that water is sufficient for entire years. Similarly, this is at Bokate in Yeola Taluka, that Mahendra Kumar's house. He has also collected 1 lakh liter of water. At Aurangabad, there is one Hedgewa Rugnalay. That Rugnalay has stored 11 lakh liters of water. They said we need water, and when rooftop rainwater is available, why not collect it? Like this, there are all these 15 examples are there. I have seen out of 15, 14. So like this, if everyone, when he constructs a house, if you could construct house with water, then I think a owner will also like, and this water problem will be definitely is. Now let us go for this village level, how drinking water problem can be solved. Nowadays, everybody says drinking water for borewell water is to be used for drinking purpose. But I say these are the old examples of 201 and 2 when under Pagodi Veer Yojana, which was of government itself, these ferrocement tanks were constructed. There were 220 tanks in a pen with Taluka itself. I don't know how many are there in Maharashtra. In Nashik also, my friend had constructed so many tanks. If one family needs 10,000 liter of water for cooking and drinking purpose, and if that water of a rooftop is collected into that one, then that is the purest form of a water. And like this, if it is constructed for everyone, because every house, even at a 500 millimeter, if you have it the smallest house, he can collect 10,000 liter of rooftop rainwater. So these are 2001 two examples. I think this should scheme should come again in the same form, not in a different form. We are seeing this. Anyone can go there and see it. Next is this is what we have constructed at Morewadi in Karjat, where this is a simple rooftop rainwater harvesting, and on the right hand side you see that is at Khardi in Shahapur Taluka. We had constructed rooftop rainwater. On the left hand side, that is a one left corner, one tank is there, but then that tank is not connected to any roof. This is an interesting tank. This is a tank where top of the tank is considered as a catchment. When we finish a top of this tank, we are given slight slope at a corner, and there we are having a hole of 3-inch dia, and their filter was fitted. So whatever rain falls on this top of this tank gets stored into this tank. See, in our Karjat region, we have 3 meter as a annual average rainfall, and this height of this tank is only 6 feet. That is almost that 1.7 or 1.8 meter. So whatever rain falls on this top of this tank gets collected into this one. Means even for drinking purpose, without roof also, if you restrict your height of tank to the annual average rainfall, then you can have drinking water anywhere on this earth. And all these tanks are ferrocement tanks only. That technology, many are knowing it, but I will show you afterwards. So now we have seen how drinking water problem can be easily solved. Why I am telling this individual rooftop rainwater harvesting? Because this is his own individual property, and when it is individual property, he takes the care of that tank, and then no other expenses are required because he's using that water. So I have shown you how only surface runoff is sufficient, sir, not surface runoff. Annual average rainfall falling on your own land is sufficient for agricultural purpose also. Then it is sufficient for other purpose also. This ferrocement technology, this tank I have shown you. Like this, if you have a bigger tanks, you can collect big quantity of water, and then you can use depending upon your own activity. So these three technologies I will introduce. One is a ferrocement technology. This is not commonly used in our engineering because there is no IS code as on today available. So engineer, even if he knows the technology, it is not approvable in a corporation or Pune corporation, all this. But outside that, there are many houses are constructed. And you see, even the government has constructed this Pagodi and Veer Yojana, this ferro cement tank. We are also constructing many tanks. Then other is ferro natural fiber cement technology. Here what we have done it, we have replaced chicken mesh by natural fibers. And third is natural fiber cement technology. This is ferrocement technology. Ferrocement composite consists of rich cement and sand matrix reinforced with layers of wire mesh and held in position by small steel. We have steel skeleton, and to this steel skeleton, we fix this weld mesh and chicken mesh, and to that then we apply this mortar either by hand or by press field, and afterwards it is finished with plaster. Interesting part of this ferrocement is here the maximum thickness is anything between 25 to 50 millimeter only, and it doesn't need any centering. So as an engineer, you know our column is minimum 150 millimeter, and there a lot of steel is required. Here the steel required is hardly 6 mm and 8 mm, that is known as a skeleton steel. So then definitely the cost will be less, and then it is cured for a specific period, as in case of RCC. There are video that 7 point. I will show you the video. This video is a presentation. Presentation. आइएगा. हाँ, yes. See, here the skeleton is already prepared, and she is a young man, and others they are just applying mortar over it. This is at a Dapoli we are constructing one time. You will see this chicken mesh. This is a slow motion video is there. If you get this presentation, this is being a slow motion video, you yourself can will be in a position to construct a tank if you attend any one of our workshop. The mortar is fixed, applied. See, this is the old engineer. He had purchased a land at Dapoli, so he was interested in constructing ferrocement. So I told him, you come there and apply yourself only, because when you apply, आम्ही त्याला हात काळे करणं म्हणतो. If you apply with your own hand, then the technology you can remember it lifelong. So like this mortar is applied, and on the next day from inside, and on a fourth day from outside, plastering is done. A tank up to 25,000 liter, band kar. 25,000 liter gets completed within 4 days. About presentation lada presentation. So I had told you about ferrocement, and I had shown you this application of mortar also. This video link is there. Video link is there. If you open it, that is a slow motion video is there. You can construct your own tank. One of IIT student had gone to Sikkim, and he was present for one of our workshop, and there he constructed one tank. He used to call me on video call, and see, it is a simple ruler. It's not a ruler. You can use it in urban area also. Is a technology. See, these are different applications of a ferrocement. On the left hand side, you will see that 4 tanks are there. Those we have constructed at a Nandurbar at one village. They wanted to have this 1 lakh liter capacity tank. So we said we'll go for 25,000 4 tanks. So a mason and the workers were taken from the same village. No skilled labor where we had taken. Only our one of person went over there. He taught the village masons and everything. And after completing 1 tank, the mason says, "Sir, I will construct remaining 3 tanks. You need not you need not wait over here." See, this is a confidence is developed in a mason himself, and this is a closed tank. So when the closed tank is there, there are columns there also and beam also are there in from inside. On our Jalavardhini YouTube, videos are there of closed tanks also are there. So he says, now sir, if I have to construct a column of a small house, I don't need centering. I will just wrap a chicken mesh to the column, and then without centering, I will construct my own house. I told him, if you have a confidence, you go ahead. On the right hand side, you will find this is a with the ferrocement technology. We have constructed a just like a pond lining. You can have this ferrocement lining. And for a tank below ground, you doesn't need steel. You have to excavate as per the angle of repose. Over that, you have to keep chicken mesh and well mesh, knitted chicken mesh and well mesh. And over that, you have to go for only plastering. Then the tank gets, on the right hand side corner, you will see that is a arch dam. You know, our dams are at a right angle to the flow of water. And what a thickness of our dams are there. See, with the same thickness of 50 millimeter, you can develop. Here we take the advantage of a shape of a structure. When this design things comes, we will tell you how it is. But like this, even a ferrocement technology can be used for, this is a arch dam constructed at Alibag. On the right hand side, it is a aquaculture farm. Even for farm ponds or even for your swimming pool, you can use this technology. Here also the thickness is hardly 50 millimeter, and you don't need a centering. So cost wise is very economical. Only we are working in a village level, so we always say it's a simple rural technology. In an urban area, if a contractor sees this technology once, then he can go ahead with his own capacity. See, here we have constructed a one ferrocement museum at Karjat. Why we constructed now, I have shown you. अरे वेळ झाला का? Hello. This is a ferrocement museum. See, I have shown you only construction method of ferrocement, only one methodology. There are 4 different methods by which you can construct a ferrocement technology. So I thought as an engineer, I must show them all this methodology. So at Karjat, we are having these 9 different tanks, and 9 tanks are constructed with 4 different methodology. Now I will not go much into detail. The engineering student and you are our president of Ferrocement Society had come there to see all this technology, because as an engineer, one must know different methods to construct a ferrocement technology also. Then costing of ferrocement and natural fiber cement. The tank below ground cost only 2 to 3 rupees per liter. Cost of ferrocement tank above ground, that is open at the top, means not without the top slab, cost around 4 to 5 rupees per liter, and cost of a closed tank is 5 to 6 rupees a liter. So these are very less than our even a Syntex type of tank. And with this, you are teaching a technology to the either a contractor, if it is in urban area, or to the mason in a rural area, who can replicate this technology to as per his knowledge and capacity. So we will go for innovative use of natural fibers in a construction. This is our innovation. See, we have used all these natural fibers, coconut coir, flax fiber, banana fiber, jute fiber, carbon fiber, means whatever fibers are locally available. we are used as a crack controlling and bonding material. What we do it, we excavate it. After excavation, after excavation, these fibers are kept, and over that only a cement slurry is applied. This is a 2-minute video is there. You how an entire tank below ground is constructed, you will understand. This is constructed at Guagar for one Mr. Paunikar. First excavation will be shown. This is 5,000 liter capacity. थोड़ा पुढे जा. मी करू. See, after excavation, this is the coconut coir is sprayed. Then it is with water so that it is wet one. Over that cement slurry is applied, and again the plastering is done. So see, at village level, people know how to excavate and people know how to plaster. Only thing that they don't know to use either natural fiber or chicken mesh and whale mesh. Like this tank there. This video is there in this presentation. You can see it, and you can go ahead with this one presentation. आता संपलं. See, we had used this natural fiber, but then people were using so many things. What is life of this and all that? So we requested IIT Bombay to do study on this one. So they have done this study on a scale down models, and our IWA Mumbai Center team had gone there in 2013 to see, and Dr. Eldo is explaining them this technology. Even on one of them is chairman of Aurangabad Center, Dr. Kulkarni is also there. So there was study on scale down model was done at IIT Bombay, and scale up model is now going on at Nere, where on left hand side you see the pond. That is a pond of 11 meter by 11 meter at the top. That is of 2,25,000 liter with only coconut coir cement technology. Now study on scale up model will be completed, and after completing that, then this technology will go for application at a state level. On right hand side, again you will find engineering students are visiting this college, even from DY Patel, Pune. Then many other SIDCO engineers, Sanika Rajurkar is there, and many other people come there, because whenever the work is going on, I tell nearing engineering college and whoever I know, just come and see these technologies. Natural fibers, this is our another innovation. Now in ferrocement, you know, chicken mesh and whale mesh is used. So here what we did it, we have replaced chicken mesh with natural fiber. So only with the help of whale mesh, natural fiber, a tank can be constructed. This is a tank where no doubt we have constructed the small tank that is of 4 feet dia and 4 feet in height, 1,300 liter. Yes, I am finishing. Yes, I am finishing now. This on the right hand side, see Dr. Dange, Sanika Rajurkar and Senkar, they had come to see, because they were not realizing how this natural fiber can be. But like this, the tank can be constructed by replacing chicken mesh with natural fibers. This is conclusion now. Rainwater has a huge potential. I think we are not using rainwater potential. Nowhere it is used. And unnecessarily we are saying in 1930, though there will be water crisis, in 1940, if something will happen, nothing is likely to happen. Only thing that we must learn to manage rainwater. It is possible to catch the rain for individual house, apartment, wadi, cluster of house, village, ward level, taluka level, district, whatever may be the administrator unit might be. Only storage form and methodology will change it. Here I have not used anywhere a word of either well, bore well or anything else. Only surface runoff.